Yeah.
Hello everybody, Sabat the Mighty here, and I'm back with another Eve Echoes video. In today's video, we're back on the public test server, and we're going to be taking a look at another ship today. Today's ship, we're actually going to be taking a look at the Tornado 2. Before we get started, if you do like my content, please leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I do release new content in the future. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right in. Alright, so today we're looking at the Minmatar Tornado 2. We're not looking at it like we looked at the Oracle or the last time that we took a look at it where we looked at it in a long range fit. We're looking at this for the close range fit. And so we are going to be using the autocannons here. Before we dive in, let's just take a look and see what this ship gets. For a roll bonus, it gets minus 95% large cannon power grid need, letting it fit large cannons pretty effectively. For a large cannon operation bonus per level, it gets minus 5% large cannon activation time and plus 5% large cannon accuracy fall off, giving it that bit more range and firing that bit faster. For advanced battlecruiser command bonus per level, it gets plus 5% flight velocity and plus 5% scan resolution per level. If you're just picking this up out of the box, it's going to have an overall defense of 32,485 with a flight velocity of 171, warp speed of 2.7 AUs, a power grid output of 1,344 megawatts. Capacitor is 2,910 gigajoules with a cargo hold capacity of 1,070 M3. Primarily, it indicates that the ship wants to be shield tanked, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. Okay, so how did we fit up this bad boy? In our high slots, we have all C-type large autocannons, and that is going to be providing a majority of our damage today, which is a massive 1,701.7 DPS with all level 5 skills, mind you. It is optimal range at 6 km with an accuracy fall-off of 34.83. And so we're going to be doing 50% of that damage at, 42.2, right in that area. And its firing time, activation time is 4.23 seconds, so it does fire pretty quickly. In our medium slots, in order to take care of some of the smaller stuff that's going to give us some problems, we have a Predator Stasis Web of Fire. We also have a Vikalakis Large Energy Nosferatu in there to help us with our energy a little bit. And a Predator Warp Scram just in case they have any pesky micro warp drives that we may have to deal with. Our drone of choice is going to be the Mark 9 Vespa. In our low slots, we have a Pith C-type large shield booster. It's going to be providing a majority of our energy for our shields. We're also using a Gist C-type adaptive invulnerability field. You may want to use 2 of those depending on what you're fighting. I am going out against Gallente ships, so I only need to have the Pitham C-type reactive shield hardener, which should do me better in this case. I am using a Corellium C-type medium afterburner. This ship is one of those fancy ones that you can actually, if done correctly and you have the skills behind it, you can fit on here a large micro warp drive, large afterburners, all sorts of crazy stuff on this ship. We're foregoing that today. We're just going to be using the medium afterburner in this particular fit. And I have 2 Gistum C-type gyro stabilizers. Obviously, we're just looking at pumping out the damage. That's what we want to do. So where are we sitting at here? Well, our damage again is at a total of 1,740.14. 1,701.7 comes from the cannons themselves, and the drones are providing 38.44 DPS. Its defense is sitting at 48,390, and 14,607 of that is from the shields with an EM resistance of 10, thermal of 20, kinetic of 40, explosive of 50. And the armor has 13,112 armor hit points with an EM resistance of 60, thermal of 35, kinetic of 25, explosive 10. And lastly, structure hit points, it's sitting at 11,728 with all resistances across the board sitting at 33%. Capacitor is active for 3 minutes and 35 seconds at minus 14.20 gigajoules a second, or 43.5%. The capacitor capacity is 5,020 gigajoules with a recharge time of 384 seconds. Our entire power grid is sitting at a whopping 2,016, and 1,552 of that have been used. Targeting, it has a 28 points for its radar sensor strength with a scan resolution of 390, signature radius of 176, and can lock a maximum of 7 targets. As far as navigation goes, it has a warp prep time of 8.34 seconds with a warp speed of 2.7 AUs and a max velocity of 309.94. Overall, we're hoping to have a pretty zippy little ship here that's going to apply a crap ton of damage. Alright, so now that we've taken a look at the fit, let's go ahead and try this sucker out. I will see you guys in the encounter. And here we are outside of our combat encounter. Let's go ahead and start moving. We're going to kick on our afterburner, and we're going to hit both of our shields here, and we're going to see where we're looking at when we first arrive on this mission. So looking at our defense first, we're sitting at total effective hit points of 63,416. Our EM resistance is 53, which doesn't matter for this mission. Thermal is 58, kinetic is 69, and explosive is 74, which also does not matter for this mission. Our navigation, we're sitting at 729.84, so not quite the speediest thing in the world, but hey, we'll get by. And let's go ahead and get into the mission and see what happens. Okay. Where are my anomalies? Here we go. Security threat. We're going to warp in 33. 33 it seems about fine. And set orbit. I don't know. 17? And we want to have our approach set to 0, so we can maneuver in and out if we need to. We're going to take a look at our stargates. Yeah. Okay, so here we are at the encounter. Everything is a little bit further off than I would like it to be. We are going to approach on the smaller ships first. And I do believe even sitting out at this range, we might be able to do a little bit of damage. Not something too terribly much, but a little bit nonetheless, maybe. By a little bit, I mean 3,700. Okie dokie. Well. Color me surprised. This ship is just obliterating. Let's turn that on and activate one of our damaging gyro stabilizers, putting us up at 2,179 DPS. But we are actually pretty far off of these guys, so we are nowhere near optimal. And we are just literally destroying them. Like, it's crazy. Let's set the orbit back to 20. Let's get some of our energy going here. Holy crap, we're just cutting through these guys. And for now, let's approach our destination so we can have those little faster targets there, and we can try to take care of them while they're still coming in a straight line. Alright, so speaking of those little targets, we do have a couple of them sitting right here. Once we are all locked up, we are going to attempt to shoot it. We're having a little bit of issues here. We can hit it with the old web of fire. There we go, we finally got a hit in. Suck up the rest of these bad boys now that we got him taken care of. And sure, yeah, 33 km, we're doing 1,000 something damage, 3,000, holy crap. This thing's ridiculous. Let's put this guy into an orbit, he should be big enough for orbiting, it's not going to matter. Let's activate our damage again, why not? Okay. Orbiting might matter a little more than I initially thought. Let's approach him and focus fire. And let's get a couple of kicks in on our booster here. Let's focus fire on him and approach. And we're in a good spot yet again. The large Vikarlakas Energy Nosferatu is going to do us well up to like 24 km, so we should make sure that we keep that on whenever we can. Yeah, we're just murdering these guys with a quickness. Alright, we're going to approach on to our buddy here. And we are actually going to turn off our afterburner. And now we're going to turn away. Why are we flying this way? Why not? So this guy is going to give us the most trouble. Bunch of small ships here. Yeah. Q. This guy is our next troublemaker. We'll hit him with the web, and we'll actually scram him too, just in case. That definitely did the trick. Okay. Now we're going to turn our happy butts right back around. And we are going to approach our enemy and look them in the eyes while we're trying to blast them with these cannons. Things are just dying so quickly with this ship. I'm having to retarget all of the time. Got it. Yep, deado. Let's activate our damage yet again. Let's turn this off. Let's activate the booster. We are 79% on the shields here. Get those back up a little bit and topped off. You know, I don't think it actually went over the rigs when I was doing the core looking at this ship. So I'll talk about those here in just a moment. Sorry about that. I sometimes forget whenever I'm going through those to do a particular piece. That's my fault. Oh yeah, let's turn this back on and just approach away. I mean, really. Oh, let's get one last shot on that guy. Now let's focus fire him. We can use our shield and our NOS, and we're just cutting through these guys like they're nothing. Well, they really are nothing, but man, surprising range. So that's it. It's already cleared out this news mission exceedingly fast for a wow, assault battle cruiser. That is very, very, very impressive. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rigs that I did put on this ship. So the rigs that I had on here, I do have basically full damage. So Cannon Burst Aerator 3. I have a second Cannon Burst Aerator 3, both of those for the activation time, and one Cannon Collision Accelerator for the damage bonus. So all about that fire rate on this ship. On the low slots, I have a capacitor control circuit. I have a second capacitor control circuit, and I have a semiconductor memory cell. Whenever I was doing the testing on this way works out the best. Having the two capacitor control circuits and the one semiconductor memory cell is going to get you the highest capacitor recharge rate listed on paper here, as well as it's going to have you have the lowest recharge time of 384 instead of something in the low 400s. If you were to put on a second semiconductor memory cell, the recharge time will go up to the 400s, but you'll still be sitting at the exact same time of the 3 minutes and 35 seconds. So this seems to be the best way to go for this. You're going to have a much faster recharge time, and you're just going to cut through everything like it's nothing. So overall, what do I think about this ship? I think it's a wonderful ship. Using the auto cannons on here is just brilliant. It's going to make your clear times if you're spec'd into cannons almost nothing. Look at this, 1,701 DPS. Now, this is with max stats, mind you, but still, that is exceedingly impressive. So, you saw it right here, it just cut through those news missions quite quickly, and it's able to actually apply its damage at some pretty surprisingly long ranges. Alright guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.